Well, straight ahead at noon, it is a weather impact alert day with more hot temps. Find out how long cooling centers will stay open in the metro today.
And we take you to the beach. This is the live look right now from our Chinook Winds Casino Resort camera in Lincoln City. That is a thunderstorm cloud. There are more where those came from, drifting northward in the Willamette Valley.
And later, lawmakers push for answers on the financial cost of the Iran war as the human toll continues to increase. Our top story, we have another heat advisory in effect until later this evening, with temperatures getting well up into the 90s. This is a live look now from our Wells Fargo Skycam, where many of you can feel the heat already. Thanks so much for joining us here at noon. I'm Blair Best. Let's get right to Chris McGinnis in the Weather Center. And Chris, you're also tracking the potential for thunderstorms.
Yeah, and we are seeing those thunderstorms beginning to develop in the southern Willamette Valley and off the central Oregon coast. So here's a live look at radar. In fact, one little shower just popped up south of the Molalla area. No lightning detected with this just yet, but that's in Clackamas County. Let's take you out a little wider. I can show you the progress here over the last 6 hours. There have been numerous lightning strikes south of our viewing area along I-5 from Eugene down to Roseburg. And then in the last 2 hours or so, those cells have begun to lift northward. So now in Lynn County, from Halsey up towards Tangent and Brownsville, all these little lightning strikes are representative of strikes that have happened in the last 5 minutes. So this is an active thunderstorm lifting northward right along the I-5 corridor through Lynn County. Out to the west, Corvallis just reported thunder within the last 15 minutes. We've had at least a half a dozen lightning strikes there in Benton County. And as we go a little wider, I showed you that shot off the top of the show there a few minutes ago. This is Lincoln City's right here. We're looking off towards the west, where we have obviously can see a dark looking cloud here with some lightning detection in here. These folks should not be on the beach right now with lightning in that cell, because they are definitely within strike radius here of that cell. It's 60 degrees right now in Lincoln City. Our high-res modeling has been slow to catch on, but it eventually does start to see some activity pop up in Marion County, Clackamas, and I think this might be a little late in terms of the onset of thunderstorm potential, meaning basically pretty much from noon on into the early afternoon, we could start to see some widely scattered thunder showers across the metro area. I've got us at 86 right now in Portland, 89 in Beaverton, the big picture across the region. It's still hot, but the cloud cover that's moving in is also kind of wreaking havoc a bit on our temperature forecast. So we've knocked the temperatures down quite a bit, and we do bring in that chance of thunderstorms again from about 1 o'clock on. Keep an eye to the sky, and if you do hear thunder, again, be prepared to take cover. I'll walk you through that with Futurecast and have a look at a cooler 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
Okay, Chris, we will see you soon. And hey, cooling centers across the area are open to help people beat the heat. Multnomah County has opened the cooling center at Bud Clark Commons near Hoyt and Broadway. That's in Old Town. It will stay open until 9 tonight. Then in Washington County, 2 cooling centers are open at the Beaverton and Tigard Public Library. Now, on top of cooling centers, county libraries are open until 8 tonight. Even programs like Meals on Wheels People are helping out. Folks 60 and older can get food and sit in a cool place, while others can get cooling kits filled with water, a cooling towel, and much more. For more info on what resources are available near you, just call 211 or check out your county's website. And if you are planning to cool off in the water, make sure you're taking the proper safety precautions. In Fairview, rescue crews joined the search for a 15-year-old who drowned. He was last seen swimming yesterday at 5:30. Rescue crews found his body about 45 minutes later, 75 feet from the shore. Now, this comes just 24 hours after a man drowned while fishing in the Columbia nearby.
This is the 3rd drowning we've had in the last 10 days. The one thing that all 3 drownings have in common is none of them were wearing life jackets.
Okay, if you are planning on swimming in an open body of water, officials say to take advantage of the life jacket loaner stations set up at lakes and rivers across the state. You can use any of the life jackets for free, as long as you put them back for others to use. There are sizes for kids and adults available, and to find a life jacket loaner station in your community, the Oregon State Marine Board has put together this interactive map here showing all the stations across the state. But if swimming's just not your thing, you can also cool off at one of Portland's many splash pads and interactive fountains. Splash pads will remain on through Labor Day, so there's plenty of time this summer to go out and run through the water. For a full list of splash pads and fountains, just head to the City of Portland's website.
And in 5 minutes, 80 degrees in your car can turn into 130, and a person or a pet can die in that.
Yikes. It is a stark reminder that may seem like common sense. Don't leave pets or children unattended in a vehicle. Federal data shows that stroke kills nearly 40 children. A heat stroke, rather, kills nearly 40 children in vehicles every year. Cars easily trap heat. During this demonstration, it took just 4 minutes for the temperature inside that car to rise more than 30 degrees. Crazy. Okay, in an update, we're learning more about the suspect that police say is responsible for crashing into a Southeast Portland paint store yesterday afternoon. They say 55-year-old John Graff crashed into the store while under the influence before running away. Some people inside that store at the time suffered minor injuries. Shortly after, officers were called to a burglary at a home a few blocks away along Southeast 97th, and there they found and arrested Graff, who they determined was also the driver responsible for that crash. Police say they found a gun in a mailbox while he was running from the scene of the crash. Graff now faces charges including burglary, assault, and DUI, among others. And Portland police arrested a man that they say threw a knife at officers. The knife missed, but did damage a police cruiser, as you can see. Police say this all started Monday afternoon when 33-year-old Steven Scafazzo threatened a work crew near Northeast Brazy and 122nd, and even hit one of them with a bike pump. When the crew then got into their vehicle to leave, police say he used that bike pump to hit the car's window in the back of the car, causing thousands of dollars of damage. And as he tried to run from officers, police say he threatened them with a flashlight that also functions as a stun gun. He was arrested a short time later and now faces a dozen charges.
As they tried to drive away, the suspect used that bike pump to hit the window repeatedly and also hit the back of the vehicle as it drove away, causing thousands of dollars in damage.
Okay, developing this afternoon, Kent Police and King County Regional Animal Services is investigating a series of cat deaths in the Kent area. Looks like we have pictures of that other story. But a local resident says her cat disappeared earlier this month. 3 days later, her grandchildren found its remains in the family's backyard. She believes the injuries were not caused by an animal. The nonprofit Hugs Cat Sanctuary shared photos of the case on Facebook and says 8 people across King County have since reported similar incidents over the past 2 months.
All I could do was cry. I couldn't handle it. I'm going, how can a person do this? It's one thing if it's killed by an animal, but when it's killed by a human, I don't know what's wrong with people.
The Kent Police Department is also investigating and is asking anyone with information about these cases to come forward. Well, a new program is bringing support to children experiencing homelessness in Oregon. It is the first and only such program in Multnomah County. The Oregon Health Authority, Morrison Child and Family Services, and Path Home is bringing behavioral support for infants and kids in family shelters. OHA is committing about $268,000 to this pilot program, and it's part of a larger $2 million state effort to boost mental health services across 12 counties.